everybody. This is BJ Flagg.
And I'm Rich G, and this is episode 291, The Political Landscape at the Office, How the Pandemic Changed Everything.
Everything. When we were working on this title, I thought to myself, even a small office like ours it's completely changed. And think about an office like with 25 people.
Yeah.
And the dynamic of it. Every single person has been affected by this. It's amazing.
And a lot of managers I've been seeing have been trying to go back to the way it was, and you can't. You just can't. It's technology is playing a major part, people's perceptions. And they've also found out, like we all know, productivity exploded when people were working in a hybrid mode. They appreciate it.
Definitely. And, the ability to focus, so many people who've used screens and all that kind of stuff have been so distracted. And all of a sudden, they have the ability to focus. So it's different. It's just a different landscape, and we need to kind of get in and just understand that.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And so the COVID-19 pandemic has dramatically altered how businesses operate, leading to a shift in the political landscape at the office.
With remote work becoming the new norm, maintaining a healthy organization culture and navigating office politics has become even more challenging than ever.
Yeah, each group has unique motivations and concerns, and appreciating these differences can help maintain a positive and productive work environment.
Today, we are going to focus on 5 key players within your organization. Then we will present 7 strategies to navigate with them and then around them. So get ready. Here we go.
Okay, so these are the 5 key players that we're working with right now.
Right. So the first one, upper management. They've adapted very quickly. They've had to, and made very difficult decisions regarding layoffs, remote work policies, and then the new business models. Their primary concerns for ensuring the company's survival, maintaining profitability, and maintaining employee morale in a challenging environment.
Yeah, and a lot of people and a lot of the media tend to forget that. They have a fiduciary responsibility to keep the company living, have it survive, and be profitable. Okay. And all those decisions are crazy. They're looking at it from a different perspective. So upper management has a lot of pressure on them right now.
Oh, my God. For the last 3 years.
Yeah.
4 years. It's terrible.
So middle managers come next. They had to adapt to managing their remote teams and ensuring clear communication between employees and upper management. They're between a rock and a hard place. They focus on employee productivity. They maintain the team cohesion, and they also achieve the goals set by upper management. So they've got a lot of pressure on them too.
Yeah, because they're getting hit from both sides. So when they're trying to make decisions or understand and challenge the upper management with that decision, they have to go and translate that down to everybody who's working. And it is new territory for them. Like everything they do is new territory. So it's a very hard job being the middle manager. And then for HR, human resources, their job has significantly been impacted. They have had to navigate new labor laws, remote work policies, mental health concerns among employees. Their primary focus is ensuring employees' well-being, balancing the company's needs, and adhering to legal requirements. So, they got literally the level of a master's degree in an incredibly short time to be able to handle this type of a challenge. It's been a major seismic shift for them.
Yeah, I've always said that HR has always been the department that's an amalgam of so many different things, training and hiring and firing and reviews. And I can go on forever, benefits and everything. And guess what? They had more stuff put on their plate. So it's just been really tough for HR. Mm-hmm. The next group are IT and tech support. They became more critical than ever as businesses needed to shift their operations online. This impacts remote work setups, cybersecurity. We keep hearing about that more and more, and troubleshooting all the technical issues that people were having, not only at the office, but at home now. So their main concern is keeping the company's digital systems running while maintaining all data security.
I really find that the people who have chosen to work at home, and do that, they are assuming a responsibility that used to be handled just by IT. And I think in the upcoming months, there's going to be more and more focus on the concept of the security of each of those remote locations. It'll be an interesting shift. And of course, employees, number 6. They're the backbone of any organization. Their work environment has been drastically altered. And what is funny is not everybody wants to work from home, but they're working from home because their job has been determined that it could be a home job. But they have to deal with the remote work, job insecurity, huge mental health concerns that have become common challenges for every single employee. They must adapt to the new communication methods and maintain productivity. And that balance of work-life boundaries is extremely hard with the remote work. So huge challenges for sure.
Yeah, people, a lot of things that people are finding is that they love working from home. The issue is that you really need to have that face-to-face contact with the higher ups to move up in your organization. Unless you're doing phenomenal work in your role, you need to brand yourself and market yourself. BJ, you know this, you're the marketer. You got to market yourself constantly. And the only way to do that is in-person contact.
Yeah. And what's hard for people to understand is, and we've gone over this a million times, Rich, in more of, let's call that the normal era, that an employer likes to call the normal era. You had a strategy. I'm going to bump into my boss because he always gets coffee at 10. So I'm going to bump into him and have a little chit chat, right? But also what you would do is you would keep a list of all the achievements that you had throughout the quarter. So you had this running list. So if he ever said, hey, if you got a minute, stop in after work, we can chit chat. You have the list.
Yeah.
That's what you used to do. With all the upheaval, here you are. What do? What's that thing that you do? So
it's tough. It's tough. I used to thrive on after hours informal conversations with the boss, like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Stop by their office. No more phone calls. Almost everybody's gone, and just say, hey, what's going on? And sitting around, sit back in the chair, put your feet up type of thing. Yeah. And you chat for 15, 20 minutes. Right. That's what that is still important. And so I tell a lot of my clients that are remote to, if you can, at the very least quarterly, if not monthly, try to make it back to the home office to see your boss and just say, hey, I'm over here and stuff. So now we're moving on. Here are 7 strategies for navigating the new political landscape. So BJ and I are going to tag team each one. The first one is promote open communication. As a boss, you need to encourage open and honest communication between all levels of the organization. This is going to help address potential misunderstandings and ensure everyone's on the same page, regarding company policies and expectations.
And you can utilize video conferencing, instant messaging, project management tools to facilitate that communication among the remote teams. Impromptu is gone, but these are fantastic ways for your voice to be heard. And that's on the employee side. And then the employer, same thing. So your voice is heard crystal clear. So it's a very interesting way to kind of handle that. The second thing is support employee well-being. Recognize the importance of mental health and work-life balance, especially during those incredibly challenging times. Provide resources and support for employees dealing with stress, anxiety, and other mental health concerns. Have them definitely reach out to providers that might be able to help them just navigate and rebalance themselves. Encourage a really healthy work-life balance by offering flexible work schedules, remote work options, because there are many ways that you can go around this, and paid time off when it's needed. It's really valuable, much more so these days.
Yeah, when people are working from home, you're not going to see a change in their personality, a change in their work habits, a change in everything. It'll be hidden behind that Zoom screen. So you need to be almost extra vigilant to pay attention to people's attitudes, responses, and grab them offline and say, is everything okay? How can I help?
Yeah.
Because it's so important, because some people suffer in silence. And they're not happy. There are some people that love remote work. There are some people that probably absolutely hate it. And you have that whole spectrum. You need to be cognizant as a manager how to support your employees' well-being. Well, Number 3, we need to develop and maintain trust, because as we're spread out, trust might take a hit. So building trust among team members is essential for productive and cohesive work environment. Establish clear expectations and hold everyone accountable equally, including upper management, and encourage transparency in decision-making, and be open to feedback and suggestions from your employees. That's how it all works, people.
I know. And, we have learned a lot in the last 3 years about how to, you've lost one of your levels where, in person, you would have that ability to read all the body language, right? Now you need to use all those skills that you've learned the last 3 years and create the ability to speak so clearly to your employees and, just read from here up what might be happening. So very, very tricky. Fourth thing is adapt new leadership styles. Recognize that the pandemic may require a shift in leadership styles. You have to be more empathetic. You got to be more flexible. Might not be your signature trait. Understand employees' challenges when they're working remotely. Here you are, you might be working back at the office, having a great time. You're not involved in all the chaos of the house. And you are you have to be sympathetic to what these people are going through. And then just, what do you think, Rich? Adopt a more collaborative and inclusive approach, right?
Yeah. Rather than a top-down hierarchy, you want to work with people to foster a sense of community and shared responsibility. You're a team. Okay. Yeah. And as a team, like a baseball team, you want everybody to play fair. You want everybody to do their best. Okay. Because if everybody does their best, the team excels. And I'm not a real fan of family. I'm a better fan of being a team. And when you have that, you have to adapt this new leadership style to this. It's kind of funny when I tell people you should make it back to the home office every so often. The other way should happen too. If you should say, hey, you know what? I know where you live. I'm going to be in that area on Thursday. Why don't we catch lunch? From a manager's point of view also. So it's very good for both sides to try and collaborate, because you don't want orphans on your team that aren't getting the TLC that they really need to move forward.
Well, I look at what my daughter's going through. The main office is in Birmingham, Alabama. She's in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's a hop skip on a quick plane.
Yeah.
To go there, and they all get together. But then they all figured out, we could meet instead of Birmingham. We could meet in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Huntsville is a drive for her. So much easier. And all these people piped up and went, let's do Huntsville. Totally. It's there, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, huge energy level went up. And her boss just went afterwards, said to her, oh my gosh, that was such a great suggestion. Here I am thinking, you have to come back to the office. And you came up with a solution and energy just went explosive. So think outside the box.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Well, number 5, you need to foster a positive company culture. Okay. Even more so than you did before. So create a supportive and inclusive company culture that values diversity, innovation, and collaboration. I want you to encourage team building activities, even in a virtual setting, to help employees stay connected and maintain a healthy sense of camaraderie.
And celebrate those successes, and realize individual and team accomplishments regularly. You're going to see the teams coalescing and getting excited about something that they worked on because they get an accolation about that. It's really a great way to do it.
Yeah, I point out, don't try to answer all the questions yourself. In fact, try to give accolade to some of your top performers. And if some of your average and below average people have a problem, don't try to solve the problem. Go, Susan, you've done that project before. Can you help Mary with that? And, and you're acknowledging and you're teaming and you're building that collaboration. That's so important.
Oh, my gosh. And number 6, invest in targeted training and development. This is a big area for Rich. And I'm happy to talk about it. You provide employees with the necessary resources and training to succeed and adapt to the changing workplace environment. Unbelievable what's out there right now to help with this area.
Yeah, a lot of people have been, I've seen it, a lot of people have been hiring me to new people that have been promoted into management positions. They automatically hire a coach, and I'm brought in to ensure to help them succeed in their new role. And it's great because they come with so many questions.
Yeah.
And I'm here as your partner during this process. And so offer professional development opportunities such as online courses, which are great. There are a ton of them out there.
Yep.
Workshops, webinars, mentoring programs to help employees grow and excel in their careers. It's so important.
Oh, my gosh. And, some of the people have a half and half job. It's hybrid. So they go into the office they hear certain things, and then they go back to their, work from home environment. They hear certain things. That has to get blended. So training is going to help blend that so that they have a clear way of understanding who to go speak with. So it's vital for sure.
And the last, number 7, to help you navigate the political landscape at the office is how to address conflicts quickly and proactively. That's so important. When you're a manager, when you're running the ship, you have to deal with these conflicts. Don't let conflicts fester, potentially damaging the work environment. You don't want to do that. Address disagreements and misunderstandings promptly and professionally.
And it's so, I know this sounds very natural, but encourage open dialogue. People aren't used to that. oh my gosh, my boss wants me to have open dialogue with them. No, encourage it and seek mutually beneficial resolutions to maintain a positive work relationships within people. It's amazing. Some people are very reserved. They don't want to say what their thing is for fear of losing their job. Don't fear that. Don't fear that. If you're much more direct and much more, have much more follow through, you're in a better position for sure.
Yeah, I remember, instructing an employee, like they would have a Zoom call and two of the people would be negatively grading on each other. And I said, you have to address this instantly. Like say, Steve, Sharon, just stick around for a second. Everybody get off. Yeah, I just need to run something by you guys. And then once everybody's off, you've got Steve and Sharon, you just go, what's going on? Okay, yeah. I notice it. Other people are noticing it. We need to fix this during this call right now in the next 5 minutes. And you address it quickly and proactively. And you get them to talk. At first, they'll say, oh, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. You go, no, it isn't fine. And we're going to deal with it. Speak now or forever hold your peace. So.
Right. And also it puts them on record, right? It puts them on record. You're not playing nice in the sandbox.
Yeah.
Let's deal. So it is putting a little pressure on managers these days. Well, I have a fantastic book for you. This is a great one. It's called Remote, Office Not Required. It's written by Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hansen. They are the founders of Basecamp, which is the productivity software we use at the office. And obviously, they are like the king of remote working. So it has so many great things for you to do.
Yeah, this book offers valuable insights into building and maintaining a solid company culture, fostering communication and collaboration, and effectively managing remote teams in a rapidly changing work environment.
The principles and the strategies discussed in this book are highly relevant to the new environment that we're in caused by the pandemic. You're going to love the book. It's a great one. And for, managers out there, you'll thank us later.
We had a different format this week. I hope you guys liked it. And that's it. That's it for this week. You can reach out to me at richg.com and you can find DJ at newrenew.com.
Thanks to our producer, Richard Scalzo, who edits us incredibly well. Thank you, Richard.
And keeps us in line. That's it.
Definitely.
Have an unbelievable week and catch you later.